horror author William Pattison, aka Eric Morris, and welcome to my world. So sit back and experience a new dimension in talk. And make sure to have your lucky cup of coffee here, because this is the Coffee Blog.
Yes, it does. First thing in the morning, I pour myself a cup. It helps me get myself going. It helps to wake me up.
Gorin Scares, Howlies. It's 2016 and I'm back. I'm back here with another William Pattison coffee vlog. Sippy sippy. Yes, indeed. Well, as a lot of you who know me on Facebook are aware, I am a big fan of the television show Castle. Well, one of the little shticks that they do on Castle is they have Richard Castle doing poker games with famous mystery writers. Well, one of the mystery writers in his little poker thing is none other than James Patterson. Well, you know, what was interesting on this last Castle that I watched is the fact that James Patterson berated Castle, saying, because Castle only wrote one novel in an entire year. And James Patterson said, "Oh no, you can't call yourself an author unless you write 3 novels a year." And I heard this and I just go, "What?" And just shook my head at that, because anyone who knows Mr. James Patterson, the author of the Alex Cross novels, knows that for the last 20 years, Mr. Patterson, Mr. James Patterson, has not written his own novels. The most that Mr. James Patterson writes is a 5 to 10 page treatment. And then what he does is he hands that to a ghostwriter who writes the novel for him. And then what James Patterson does is, when he's done checking it over, checking the quality of it and that, he goes and he copyrights the novel under his name and publishes it under his name. Though the thing is, it's not even his writing. That is, and people in the mystery genre know this about him. It's a personal joke that James Patterson doesn't even write his own novels. It's the same in science fiction. And this one's real close to my heart. You guys are gonna love this. William Shatner. William Shatner does not write his own books. I've known Bill for so many years, and the thing is that Bill absolutely hates to write. If he has to write a letter or anything, it is usually less than a paragraph. It's usually maybe about 3 or 4 sentences and then his signature. Bill, when he was writing Tech War and writing his Star Trek novels, what he would do is he would sit there with a handheld tape recorder and he would talk into that and he'd do maybe a five page treatment on that. Then what he would do is he'd hand that to his secretary who would type up the treatment for him. And then she would hand it to his writing team, which was 4 writers who would sit here, would sit and write his novels for him. Hilarious. And actually very annoying because dear old Bill has gotten a few awards for his novels. And he hasn't written a damn thing. He hasn't bled for his work like the rest of us. The rest of us poor writers that don't have a ghostwriting team. No. We have to sit and actually write our novels. Stephen King writes his own novels. He doesn't have his secretary write his novels. So, every bad Stephen King novel is a bad Stephen King novel. I mean, shit, Clive Barker. Oh my God, Clive. I mean, whoo, man. Clive goes so far as he writes his manuscripts in pen and ink. He actually hand writes his novels. And if you've ever read a full Clive Barker novel, oh my fucking God. Imagica, the fucking book is 1,000 pages long. 1,000 pages. And he hand wrote that. Oh my fucking God. The man deserves every accolade he gets. Let's put it that way. Because, I do a little bit of that myself. Sometimes when I'm at work, what I'll do is I have like a notebook and I'll jot down scenes in it. But I don't do it all the time. But, that's one way that I do my writing. Well, anyways, getting back to James Patterson. Oh my God, this really just made me want to fucking laugh my ass off. James Patterson is part of the Masters Writing Tour. This is a series of lectures and workshops for young writers headed by what the industry considers master authors. And James Patterson, who has not written one fucking novel for the last 20 years, who's had ghostwriters writing his books, he is heading a lecture and he is going to be teaching people how to write novels. I mean, I just want to give you a few seconds to, you know, get that into your head. James Patterson, who has not written a fucking novel in 20 years, is going to teach you how to write. Oh my god, I that is comedy in itself. That is just comedy in itself. I mean, it's right up there with the joke book that James Patterson put out under his name, which was actually the work of an 80-year-old woman who wanted her joke book published. Yeah, so it's James Patterson copyrighted it and he published a joke book. Anyways, so I just thought that was an amusing one, and I thought for our opening of 2016 for the coffee vlog, sippy sippy again. Thought that would be great. Also, I wanted to put a little shout out to a certain Mr. Dick Wad. That's my personal name for him, Mr. Dick Wad. This pathetic turd actually went on somebody's page and wrote that, because Christopher Highland and I were going to be doing the premiere episode of Full Spectrum Horror, he actually went on someone's Facebook page and said that he was going to call in and he was going to disrupt the show. Well, what this brain trust doesn't realize is that I don't take, Christopher Highland and I don't take call ins unless we do know the number on Full Spectrum Horror and An Awakening of Horror. We don't take call ins. So he and a bunch of other haters sat there in the call queue waiting to be, waiting for us to let them on so that they could berate us, that they could harass us and that, and they didn't get a chance. So Mr. Asshole, who was hitting, he was hitting my work phone and trying to disrupt me when I was trying to do the phone, do the show. What's funny is that he doesn't realize that I don't use the work phone for the podcast. I have it right near me. So what I do is I go and I hit ignore, ignore, ignore. So yeah, he went and left me snarky little uh, voicemail messages, and it's like, whoopie dee, whoopie dee, asshole. It's like everything else you do, you lose. You are a loser. You sit there on your little parody page, which I don't even look at. My friends keep bugging me with this crap, saying, "Ooh, he's saying this about David Zernhold. He's saying that about you." Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? From what I've heard, the guy only has 12 likes on the fucking page. Nobody's reading his shit. Nobody's even acknowledging him. And those that are just little low-life assholes like him. And or really, it could be him using fake profiles just to jump up his likes, which is pathetic unto itself. I mean, this guy is just immature, pathetic. He's homophobic. He keeps throwing his own homomania on me, trying to reflect it on me. Because he's a closet homosexual and he hates himself. That seems to be what it is. I mean, this guy is just a pathetic loser. He really is. He's a pathetic loser, and everyone that I know just sits there and they shake their head when they hear about his crap. It's like, man, can't this person grow up? And that's what I'm saying to you. Fucking grow up, asshole. Fucking grow up. I've had fucking entire goddamn websites attacking me. And I'm still here. I had Horror Yearbook. I had Bloody Disgusting coming after me. I had Dread Central coming after me. And I'm still here. What happened to Will Kuiper from Horror Yearbook? He disappeared. His website fell apart because he was a pathetic loser. The man was a fucking drug addict and a drunk. He was a fucking loser. He's like you. So get over yourself. You're not hurting me. You're not destroying me. I will outlive your crap. So, I know you're gonna go on a tirade now because you're such a little baby. You're gonna put up another fake profile and get on my pages. Whoopee fucking D. I'll fucking block you. I'll fucking take off your fucking posts and you will lose again. That's all you do is you lose. You're a loser. Fuck you, asshole. Fuck you. Fuck your buddies. You're all fucking losers. So go to hell. Anyways, people. So as I said, don't, I wouldn't spend the money on James Patterson and his writing course. I mean, seriously, the man has not written a fucking, except for a bunch of treatments, he hasn't written anything in 20 years. So, why spend $150 on him? Shoot, I do lectures. I teach people how to write horror stories. But the thing is that I'm doing an anthology. I'm writing. I'm still part of the horror genre, and I'm still putting out material. I don't have a group of fucking ghost writers. I write my own stuff. So anyways, keep America strong, watch horror films, and drink your coffee. And don't let fucking cyberbullies, trolls, and assholes ruin your day, because they're all pathetic losers. You get that, Billy Jack? Fuck you.
You are not ego cases. You are not sheep. You are wolf pack.